Hey, this is Dylan with Easy Man Buys Houses. We purchase houses here in Tucson, Arizona. We specialize in difficult real estate situations, including foreclosures, probates, maybe houses beyond repair, and the individual living there needs some support. But today what we're going to talk about is how to increase curb appeal. So if you are looking to sell your house for top dollar, these are some things that we do when we're renovating a house and we're looking to sell it. So go ahead and if you're looking to sell, go ahead and follow through with these tips and tricks and you'll get top dollar. Okay, first thing you want to do is you want to clean up the outside of your house. So no buyer is going to want to roll up to a house that's covered with weeds and just looks like trash. So pick up your garbage, pull out your weeds, make it look presentable. You want to make sure there's nice coverage of material if you have any. If you don't have material, make sure it's nice and weeded. Rake the dirt. I know that sounds weird, but rake it up, make it nice and even so it looks nice. Okay. Another tip is if you can afford it, go ahead and paint your house if it's been a while. A lot of times you can just pressure wash it. If you don't do too high of a setting, you don't want to be chipping paint. It'll make it look a little bit newer, get all the dirt off, especially in these stucco homes where it has all this texture, grime builds in it. You want to get rid of that. Can't afford doing the paints and the power. If the power wash works okay, one thing that you can do to spice things up is paint your trim. So right now this house, I mean, it looks nice. I think it has to do with the HOA, but if your HOA allows it, go ahead and have a different color fascia and window trims as you do the body of your house. It's going to make it pop out more. When people drive by it, they're going to notice it. And here's a good example, the neighbor's house. So they have a similar color house as this one right here, but their fascia is a light brown along with their garage door. So that definitely helps make it pop out. Okay. You want to make sure your roof is clean and not falling apart. So these are nice roofs over here. They got the clay tile. So one thing you can do is, so right, like there's a good example. I don't know if you can see, but there's a lot of bird poop up there. So you'd want to get that washed off. You can, oops, I stepped in cactus. Okay, there we go. That's better. One thing you can do, it's not too expensive, is you can hire roofers come out and clean your roof. You can even have them to give you estimates. You always want to get an estimate first anyways. You want to contact about 3 different roofing companies. Most companies, they offer free estimates. It's part of their business. So just give them a call, schedule a time, they'll come look at your roof, tell you what you need, and then always verify with multiple estimates, because sometimes there's not too ethical individuals. So you want to make sure that they're held accountable and then that you're being safe and you're getting the best deal for your money. Okay. Next tip. Make sure your entryway looks nice and good. Okay, clean up leaves, get new floor mats, make them nice and neat. Paint your door the same color as your trim and your garage door and your gate if you have any. Make it stand out. Replace any lighting if it's old. So this is pretty old, but this is kind of out of view, so you probably won't have to worry about this one. But replace any light fixtures, and then it'll help it stand out. You definitely want to get a contrasting color. If you have a light paint like this, you probably want a bronze color or a black color. Okay, next tip, make sure your windows are clean. Nobody likes dirty windows, especially if you've got dogs. You're going to have little nose marks, snot everywhere. People don't want to see that when they're looking at a house. Okay, another tip, move your trash cans out of view. So maybe put a trash can on the side of the house, kind of out of the way, or if you have a garage, put it in the garage. But if you're going to put it in the garage, just know it's probably going to smell it up. So I would just advise putting it on the side of the house tucked away. Okay, so yeah, definitely paint the trim of the house if you can. Same with the fascia. You'd want the fascia to be the same color as your window trimming. This is just the manufactured color on these windows, but if you're going to sell, it wouldn't hurt to paint this the same color as the fascia, and you'd want to have it a little bit darker color to make it pop. Next tip, make sure you have a nice outdoor living area that looks nice. If you're going to the front yard, maybe have a little fountain or something, maybe some chairs if you have room, but definitely have something in the backyard. People want it to feel homey, feel welcoming, so you want to make sure you have something, some sort of furniture. Maybe you want to put a swing bench, put some patio chairs, a grill. You don't need to do anything crazy. You can even buy some patio furniture pretty cheaply at like Big Lots, or even do secondhand, go to Goodwill or something like that. Okay, next tip, make sure your landscaping's on par. I don't know if I mentioned it when I was walking through, that oak tree up front of this house has an oleander growing out of it, so it's something you would want to cut back, especially since it's not supposed to be oleander there. Trim tree so that one has some little sticks hanging off that you'd want to trim up. That bush up there needs to be unplugged. Yeah, this bush right here needs to be squared off. The neighbor's looks really nice, so that's how you'd want to square it off. You can get a landscaper to take care of that for not too much. And here's that oak tree I was just talking about. It's got oleander growing out of it. Kind of hard to see, but it's even way down in there is you can see it, the stump. So that's something that a landscaper would have to take care of. They probably have to drill a hole in that stump and then put some sort of stump killer in there to kill that one plant without harming the ocotillo. The owner doesn't know how to do that, but if you're just looking to sell, you don't have to go through all of that. You can just trim it back and then just disclose that to the new buyer. It's not that big of a deal. You only gotta trim it like once a year. I think that's about all the tips. I mean, make sure your driveway looks nice and cleaned up. Power wash it if you need to. Make sure there's no oil. Paint your numbers if you can. You don't want them all freaking chipped off. Just little small details that makes a difference. So yeah, we just went over some tips and tricks on how to increase your curb appeal to help you sell your house for top dollar. These are all things that we look for when we're doing a walkthrough, when we're renovating a house. So you always want to clean up the yard, paint the house if you can, paint any trim a different color. You want to paint that garage a different color. Same with the door. You want to have that all the trim's going to be one color. It's going to contrast the outside of the house. Replace your fixtures. Clean up garbage. Nobody likes seeing a weedy house. They don't want to see garbage in the house. So if you want to get that top dollar, do a little labor. It's not too hard. Get out there one weekend, a few hours, and you'll make a lot more money. And like I said before, my name is Dylan with Easy Man. If you are in a situation where you need to sell your house quickly, maybe you have a house that's falling apart over your head, you need help, you need to get out of it, give us a call. We'll help you out. If we can't buy the house, we'll still advise you and point you in the right direction to get you to your solution. All right, thanks again.